So I was doom scrolling, as one does, and I saw a post about ranking the supports in this season with Devil Dino. But somebody in the comments said, "Oh, Gambit's the top support. He's been nerfed like 6 times, and most of those were to his ult. Like, what do you want?" And while I have no idea if what he said was true, I think he said nerf 10 times, 6 of which to his ult, which I don't think that's true, but whatever. Regardless, I think it's a very good question. What do we want from Gambit? Now, if you have any ideas, be sure to let me know. If you comment down below, I will respond to it. I will tell you what I think of your idea, and tell me if you hate my idea. Let's get into it. His idea, right? We'll start with what he said, because someone underneath that immediately responded with, personally, I think he should just do what he used to do, but have his ult be worse. So base Gambit, launch Gambit, but remove all the healing from their ult, is what he said. And that doesn't fix the problem. He's still going to be broken. And you know why he's going to be broken? Because he can do everything. He doesn't have any weaknesses. Now, his ult is going to be worse. It's not a defensive ult anymore. But when you press the button, and then you get to push and win the fight instantly, or you press the button and your other teammate presses their button, and then you push and you win the fight instantly, you still don't need the defensive ult, because if you kill them fast enough, they don't even get an offensive ult. And even if you need it, it makes Mantis super viable. Imagine if Gambit's ult has 0 healing. You play Gambit with any other defensive ult support and Mantis. Mantis could do no healing all match, and Gambit can make up for it, because he just has that in his kit, which means it makes triple support better than ever, and there is no reason to not play it. It makes, like, because you want the Gambit ult. Because you want Gambit ult because it's so good offensively, so you just throw in, hell, even throw in Ultron. Ultron's healing is really good in his ult. The only thing is keeping Ultron alive, because his healing can't heal himself. I tried that day 1 when he released. Didn't work. So that's kind of the problem with that, right? It doesn't change what makes him good. I think take Gambit at launch, right? That's the Gambit we're going to use, not the Gambit we have now, because he has received a lot of nerfs. Actually, what I'm going to say kind of refers to any Gambit. Lower his abilities in base. His damage and his healing should drop. He should not be able to do insane damage and insane healing in base. On the flip side, give him an extra card and increase the healing he does when he has his heart stack. So when you have that, when you press hearts, and it gives you the option to either throw the card and it bounces, or do your cleanse. There's an option there. And while you're waiting to do the option, it's got the bars on your crosshair that goes down. While you are in that, let's call it a form, you do more healing. Just off rip, you do more. And when you're in Spade's form, you do more damage. Because this gives him the option to, I have to choose. What am I going to do with my resources, instead of like, just what ability am I going to use? Do I need to do damage? Do I need to do healing? The only problem I have with this is this, once again, pushes him towards triple support. And I'm not honestly too mad about that, about pushing him towards triple support, because you can then just take away all the healing from his ultimate, and it becomes an aggressive ultimate, essentially like a DPS ultimate. And the problem with just removing all the healing from it is you can't just kill Gambit through it, because he can heal himself. He can also heal himself. He's also got a third button to heal himself. He's also got a dash. He's got a slam that recharges really fast. Or if you dash and slam, it takes you extra far, and it heals himself. Like, he can just not die. That's his biggest issue. And in his ult, oh no, I might die. I can't just heal myself to get out of this damage boost anti-heal. Or damage boost bam bam to anti-heal, which is more damage than his damage boost shot. Bam, you die. At least, I think it is. And if it's not, you just basic attack again. The ability to self-damage boost, self-heal, all of that stuff that he can do, crazy overpowered. So if he's going to do everything, have everything included in his kit, because I don't want to change his kit. That would be terrible for him and terrible for the game. So if we're going to keep everything in his kit, then lower how good it is. You know what I mean? Make him jack of all trades, master of none. So if he wants to do healing like Invis or Luna does, where it's really good healing all the time, he has to constantly be shuffling his hearts. And because right now, if you activate hearts, right, you can let it run out, and by the time it runs out, you're almost at the next one. So just make it so that way the time it takes to run out is the time it takes for a card to regenerate. Even if that means making the form last longer instead of making the card regenerate faster, I think that's a good idea, because then he has to choose. Do I want to be hearts? And if he suddenly needs to swap, well then you have to use an ability which lowers your resources, and then you can swap, which lowers your resources again. Meaning, if you activate hearts to heal, and then you get dove, and you need to do damage, well, what do you do to do damage? Throw the healing card out. Great. Burst everyone up, give everyone the ability to be sustained a little longer, pop damage boost, bam, 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 try to kill, and then you turn towards your team. Now you need to heal them, and you're still on damage boost. You use a card and use your healing. And that's all 5 cards. You'll probably have 1, maybe 2 regenerated by the time you finish that sequence, but you have used 5 cards in that time because you had to make a choice. And that's character and skill expression. A skill expression from a character who has an ability to do everything should come from his choices. Choices on what to do and how to do it. It's why I don't like Black Cat's shop. She can do everything. She has everything in her kit, and she never has to choose. I have never seen anybody play Black Cat and choose anything else other than invisibility. Sometimes they take the ball to put it on a wall so that way their entire team gets intel. Not commonly though. They only take the invis for better engages and better disengages. Unless you're in like a 1v1 with Thor, or you just need to shut off someone's movement in your 1v1, very niche scenarios, you probably won't be buying anything else. I just don't see the point in it. I haven't seen anybody do it, even in like higher ranks when I watch people play, and there's no choice to make, is my point. I'm rambling. So I think the only way to fix Gambit is to lower his abilities in base. Lower his abilities in base and give him the ability to choose more often. 1 or 2 extra cards make the form last exactly as long as it takes for the card to refill. His base damage, base healing is lower in base, and make it so that way if he uses the dash on hearts, if he uses the dash normally, keep it how it is, but if he dashes, the dash, okay, if he uses the slam with hearts, it does more healing. While he has the hearts active, obviously more healing. If he does a slam while damage is equipped, then it does more damage. And if he has nothing equipped, make the dash go further. Give it a reason for everything to exist. Make him able to make choices. Don't do it willy-nilly. Like, I'm just making stuff up, and it's kind of willy-nilly, but just give things a purpose for existing. Let him make choices. That's the only way you're going to balance him. To lower his abilities in base, because he has everything. So lower everything and increase anything that is a choice. He has to choose it to get this stat boost. That's my opinion. I've said it multiple times before. Just thought I'd say it here and say it louder. Thanks for stopping by.